So Donald Trump, in his campaign, to sway his most devout voters, decided to promise to release all the January 6ers. Remember? Pardons coming day one of January 6ers. Problem is that a lot of Republicans actually don't want them out because they're pretty violent. The majority of the people who were arrested, tried, convicted, etc., they were the violent ones. The ones who actually broke things, hurt cops, etc. The majority of the people convicted, violent. Okay. So it's important to note that Donald Trump has just walked back that promise. He says the only people from J6 that he's going to pardon are the non-violent offenders, which is a mere pittance. Only a small section of them. And it makes sense. I'm sorry, but just because they fought for you doesn't mean they're not going to fight against you. They've already given you the hint that they're violent, that they have the inclination to distrust the government, and that they understand that there are things they can do personally that will upset the government. I wouldn't want them back either. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a smart plan. Especially if you plan to break all your promises. Especially if you plan to not accomplish what it is you promised them you were going to do. I wouldn't want to piss them off either and let them sit out there with a pardon. No, they're going to keep them in prison. Don't you get it? It's not about them wanting you on their side. It's about controlling you. And since they know that the J6ers who were violent can't be controlled, they're going to let them there to rot. Not to mention the fact that Pam Bondi, the lady that he's putting in as Attorney General, Clan Barbie, yeah, she wants to get rid of guns. Yeah, she's made that quite clear. She really does, yeah. That's going to be funny, right? I'm wondering if Donald Trump arguing to take back guns, I wonder if that's going to make people go say, what now? Or if they're going to move the goalposts and say, we really should give up our guns. It's a sound reasoning thing. Yeah, I think so. I think we should give up our guns. They fooled you guys. They fooled you. Pulled the wool right over you, and you just said, yay! Meanwhile, the most violent fuckers are still going to be in prison, where I want them to be, so that's great. Donald Trump doing some good. I never thought I'd say those words. But it turns out a broken clock can be right twice daily. I'm excited. I'm excited about this new Trump state with no guns. I'm excited about a Trump state where all of those violent white supremacists who hurt cops are not allowed to be in public anymore. Thanks, Trump. Hey, MAGA, he's still your guy? Okay. I'm just thinking, he's already made a bunch of promises that he's already setting himself up to be unable to meet, is what I'm trying to say to you. Those lower costs, not going to happen. Not with tariffs on the book. That world peace he's talking about, not going to happen if he's picking fights with our neighbors. The ones that we rely upon the most. Yeah, that's not going to work out. Lower fuel costs? How? Especially if he gives oil free rein. You see, the oil industry wants to make money. Biden forced them to flood the market, brought the prices down forcibly. They didn't like that. They want to be able to charge more. They want scarcity. They don't want to be drilling as much as they are now. So Donald Trump's not going to be able to bring down the price of fuel. In fact, the fuel price is going to go up. Okay. Taking away the Department of Education, dude, that's a really bad idea, and it's going to devastate our entire system. People just don't realize it yet. I'm looking forward to them realizing it. Yeah, who needs this shit? Who needs education system? Oh, I'm going to enjoy when California takes over its education system and revamps it to be super woke. And then Alabama does the opposite. Oklahoma does the opposite. California is going to be such a better place to live than either of those places. An educated populace that knows how to read? My God, it's going to be a utopia. California students will be so much better prepared and therefore much more capable of entering a job market in competitive fields than is any other state. Excepting, of course, the other blue states that give a shit about education. I look forward to that job market. Meanwhile, Oklahoma fucking high school students are going to be forced into military service. I'm sure they're going to love that. Just to get their diploma. Yeah. Now, normally they wouldn't have anything to do in the military, except for usual military stuff, I guess. But Donald Trump is, like I said, threatening our neighbors, so... Not to mention this mass deportation he wants to do that Republicans are now very quickly going, can we get an exception? we need our undocumented laborers. Can you not? Can you not do that? Can you not? I know we voted for you based on what you said you wanted to do, but we're really hoping you don't do it. I mean, who else is he going to get to help deport, right? It's going to have to be those high school students from Oklahoma. They want to take away the ACA, which is literally the only thing allowing 50 million people to have insurance. Okay. That's going to work out great for the healthcare system, yeah? I'm looking forward to this. The Trump state, it's going to be great, you guys. It's going to be great. Still happy about your vote, MAGA? Still happy about it? I know. You're probably still going to, talk about how you owned the libs for just a little bit longer, but Inauguration Day's tomorrow, and it all goes downhill from there. Donald Trump walking back promises on a constant basis and doing the exact opposite is it's so satisfying. Makes my little devilish heart flicker with a little tiny flame of happiness. It's tiny because, again, I have a black soul, so it's just not going to be very big, but it is making me a little bit more chipper.